Hi, welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. This is Ishan Shahani, your host, and I'm joined with S. Kanan, Raja Raman, and Bharat Ramaraj for the morning show today. We have some IPL action to discuss that took place last night. Raja, I'll get started off with you. The IPL is heating up nicely. There's a spot open for quite a few teams now, with Delhi Capitals winning that game. So, your thoughts on the IPL at the moment, and how do you think it's building up before we reach the playoffs?
I think Rajasthan Royals, despite the loss yesterday, are in good place to get to the playoff as one of the two top sides, along with KKR. But good for Delhi Capitals, and my commiserations to the one who's wearing a pink shirt, a Rajasthan Royals fan. But we discussed this yesterday. I knew that when under the pump, the Delhi Capitals will come back firing. I think it was a very good all-round performance from them. A great start. They had a couple of good knocks to go with, and then they bowled their hearts out to win the game. But that 18th over from Kuldeep was quite outstanding, wasn't it? It did look like Rajasthan Royals was back in the game thanks to Sanju Samson's knock. But Kuldeep Yadav's over, I think, turned the match on its head completely. Even though Delhi Capitals was quite in control, it could have gone either way, but Kuldeep Yadav's 18th over was simply phenomenal.
Absolutely. Karan, your thoughts on the game yesterday?
I think it was a very, very intense match. We're being approaching the last phase, critical phase. Everyone knows Rajasthan Royals is almost there. We know that KKR is almost there. I mean, when I say we are talking about the fans. People who are part of the show. We all know. But for Delhi Capitals to win this match, I think it's a big deal. Winning by 20 runs is not a small margin. And I think the rivalry has been hyped up not between Delhi versus Rajasthan. It is like Rishabh Pant versus Sanju Samson. That is the new narrative we are seeing everywhere. That who's the better keeper, who deserves to go to the World Cup, who deserves to be in the playing 11. I think long back, I think 3-4 days ago, Raj had said on our show that both should play together. But I think the time has come to evaluate who's a better keeper, whom you take as the first keeper choice, and who plays as a batter is Sanju Samson. But I think once we finish with this, we'll go to the discussion of heat in Delhi and all over. We all know the Mercury.
I think Kanan's facing some network issues. Are you still there, Kanan?
Yeah. I
Does
said,
look like it got.
the main debate now is. Sorry, I'm said the main debate now is not just between these two teams, Delhi and Rajasthan.
Yes.
Focus is shifting to Pant versus Samson. And when you have a controversial decision of his being caught, that has generated enormous excitement, enormous heat, and that could possibly be a topic of debate till we have the next match tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a topic of debate. And Bharat, we'll get started off with you with that. First of all, talk about Sanju's innings last night. Did you enjoy it? Did you feel that he should have taken his team through? And then slowly, let's get into that dismissal as well.
Yeah, I think he's in his zone at the moment. See, the way he's playing, the way he's picking the length. When a player is in the zone, it is important that the Indian team also uses him. Rishabh Pant has been doing well, but in T20 cricket, if you ball to him in certain areas, just wide off half, and make him hit through covers, he isn't the same player. You see his T20I record, he averages 22 and has a strike rate of 125. That's not great for a batter who's batting at 5. Yeah, he has had his success, but Sanju Samson is the man who is in the zone. So yeah, that's for the Indian team finally to decide. Yeah, as far as that decision is concerned, yeah, the one thing I didn't really like with the third umpire is he didn't see another frame. He could have. I think he hurried up a little too much there. He could have waited and seen another frame and then decided. Just for a moment, it seemed like the edge of the shoe just had skimmed, not really touched the it skimmed. That's what it felt. I think it was not out.
I can see Kanan nodding his head, but before we go to Karan, Raja, I'll ask you your thoughts on that decision. Controversial or fair?
Not at all. I think what we have learned as students of sport is to accept the umpire's decision and walk away. And as we are talking, comes a mail from the IPL that Sanju Samson being fined 50% of his match fee for arguing with the umpire. It is not on. I think as somebody who's played very good cricket and has been a fantastic leader, Sanju Samson should have set a better example. He should have simply walked off. Uh, you can't change the umpire's decision, can you? It has been referred. It's a referred decision, and you can't overturn that decision. There is no power above the third umpire at that point of time to overturn the decision. Accept it, whether you like it or not, and move on. I think that's what Sanju should have done. As far as the decision is concerned, I'm with the third umpire. He had a good angle, and he knew that Sanju Samson was out caught on the line. Uh, I didn't see any movement of the boundary line there, of the pads on the boundary line. So I'm with the TV umpire. But more than decisions keep happening, Ishan. There will
Yeah.
be good decisions and bad decisions. And I think the reason why cricket is called a gentleman's game is because you accept the umpire's decision and move on. I think Sanju was
Yes.
not in the best form. He was terrific with the bat, but when he was dismissed, he was not in his best form.
Very well said, Raja. Thank you. Kanan, your thoughts finally on this debate?
I think my thoughts are similar. The third umpire didn't hurry up. Let us go back to the time before the IPL started. When more cameras were there in Bombay, you cannot, you're watching a two-dimensional view. You're not getting a three-dimensional view. You're not in a position to judge whether it was caught or not. No. I think what the umpire did was right. He was fast. There was no question of it. And I have a few friends who were present in the ground. I asked them, "Did you see it?" They said, "We saw." But the boundary pad, which Raj said, there was no disturbance in it. And we have to give credit to the man Shai Hope who took the catch. Let's not take it away from him. I think that single dismissal changed the whole course of the contest. Otherwise, I thought if Sanju had scored 100, that the result would have gone in Rajasthan's favor. Back to what you can do more in 2025 IPL. Maybe you get lasers on the boundary to see what is touching, who's touching. If by chance even an insect is flying, if it's going to beep, like you used to have in tennis, Cyclops, like old days, we'll go back to athletics. You had something called breasting the tape. Oh, now it's all lasers there. Maybe you're going to see that also next in 25 IPL or 26 IPL. There will be more technology innovation, but to criticize the third umpire is unfair. I think it is a clean
Yeah.
catch. It's been taken. We all have our respective views. But yes, we have to respect the third umpire. And it was a clear decision. I don't think he had any doubt in his mind and he gave it. And if dissent has been shown, it's not in the spirit of the game. And as Raj said, it's a gentleman's game. Sanju's in reckoning, not just for the IPL playoff spot leading his team, but also the top contender for a spot in the playing 11 in the World Cup, which is very important.
Yeah, I'll just add a point.
Yes, yes, Bharat.
See, for wides and all, they take 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes in this IPL. I've seen it. When it looks like it's clearly not a wide, I've seen them taking it 5 minutes, sometimes even 6 minutes in this IPL. And they just took 2 frames. He just saw it twice and decided. I think he should have definitely seen it once more because this was a lot more closer than those are some of those wides that I saw for which they've taken even 7-8 minutes sometimes.
Fair point. So, Raja, what Bharat is saying is that, for the wides, they spend a lot more time. So, do you feel that they should have probably invested more time in that sort of, it's a crucial moment in the game. So, probably more time could have been invested on that wicket to see if it was actually out or not?
Ishan, I have to respectfully disagree with my colleague Bharat here, primarily because it is not written down anywhere that you must make a decision in 2 seconds or 20 seconds or 2 minutes or 6 minutes. The umpire has to be convinced. If a decision has been referred to the umpire, to the TV umpire, he or she has to be convinced about the decision before he or she hands it out. So if the umpire was convinced that the catch was clean, that there was no contact with the boundary rope, then so be it. What if they take 6 minutes sometimes to get a wide right because they're looking for that right angle? Now it is up to the umpire. There are many decisions, Ishan, where umpires don't even refer. They don't even have the benefit of replays like we have, right? So the on-field umpire makes a decision in a split second, doesn't he? We are not saying you gave out LBW in 30 seconds. Why are you taking 2 minutes this time? I don't think it is written down anywhere that there is a specific duration for any decision to be made. But once it is referred to the TV umpire, the umpire has to be convinced about the decision that he or she is making. I think that is what sometimes alters the duration in which decision making is done. But we have to respect the umpire and let it be. I think we sit far too much in judgment over the umpire, and we take away the beauty of the game, because by nature this game is decided by humans, right? The umpires are humans, and the human element has to be there. And the more we rely on technology, the worse it is going to get for the viewer, the worse it is going to get for the player. Of course, careers are online, playoff spots are online, all of that I understand. But we must understand that the umpire is making a decision only when he is convinced that he's arrived at a good decision that he can then deliver. He's not sitting in a courtroom where you go adjournment after adjournment sometimes, or you hand out instant decisions. So he has got a little time frame. He has to convince himself before he hands out the decision.
Interesting. Thank you, Raja. Yes, Kanan, you wanted to add something to that? Kanan, are you there? I think Kanan might be having some network issues. We'll move on. Bharat, if I had to ask you if, Rishabh Pant or Sanju Samson in that playing 11, who would you favor? Who would you put ahead, and your reasons?
Yeah, I already said, I guess I would take Sanju Samson because he's in a zone at the moment. He's playing a range of shots. As I noted, Rishabh Pant might have done really well in this IPL, but there are certain areas where if you bowl well wide off and force him to hit covers, he isn't the same player in T20 cricket. His strike rate is around 125 in T20Is, which is not great for modern times. So the only thing I would say is Sanju Samson is batting up order in the top order, but he's in a zone at the moment. The way he's targeting areas all over exploring every area on the field. I think for me, when a player is in a zone, make use of him. But going by how think tanks work, I feel Rishabh Pant will be the one who will get the opportunity.
Yeah. Raja, what about you?
I would play both. They're both in sublime form. We have seen what Rishabh Pant is capable of. I would definitely play both. Sanju Samson, as Ajit Agarkar pointed out, can float. He can bat at number 4 or at number 6 or at number 7. He's somebody who can be very destructive. So is Rishabh Pant, but Rishabh Pant's strike rate and average and all that keeps coming up. We must have faith in the people who have been chosen for the job. At the moment, despite Sky's 100 a couple of nights ago, I would pick both Sanju and Rishabh Samson. I've been maintaining this for the longest time. But having said that, Ishan, it is too early to get into debates of whether it should be Sanju or whether it is... we haven't even seen the nature of the tracks in the US, where India is going to play matches, group matches. I think we are jumping the gun here. A lot of us are making it. And to me, cricket will always remain a team game. It can never be Sanju Samson versus Rishabh Pant. It was always Delhi Capitals versus Rajasthan Royals last night. Much as I would want to hype it as an individual versus individual, Sanju Samson was not bowling to Rishabh Pant, nor was Rishabh Pant bowling to Sanju Samson. So where is the matchup? I think we are creating matchups where they don't exist. I think we must resist temptation of doing that. Having said that, I would play both of them. If I were to pick the Indian 11 today for a match tomorrow, I would play both of them, because to my mind, Rishabh Pant's wicket keeping has been outstanding. It has been stellar. The way he's taken some of the low catches of the bottom edges, standing up to Kuldeep Yadav, has been phenomenal. I would never leave him out from the wicket keeping job. Well as Sanju Samson has done, I think primarily it has got to be Rishabh Pant as my number one choice as wicketkeeper batter, and Sanju Samson should walk into the side as a specialist batsman himself.
Wow. Okay, thank you, Raja. Kanan, welcome back. I think you wanted to mention something earlier as well. So why don't you go and tell us what you were feeling about that decision? And Bharat was trying to emphasize the fact that the umpires and the third umpire should take more time. Do you agree with that or not? And obviously,
No, I
Sanju.
don't think there is any. No, there is no fixed rule how much time you have to take. I will go back to again the pre-IPL point which I had mentioned, that there are more cameras in operation. He has got more visuals to see, and he's taking a decision. Nobody wants the game to be slowed down. Everybody wants the game to be speeded up. You don't want to see frequent stoppages, and this decision has been made. But to say the decision has been made in haste is wrong. I think he's made a correct decision. We have to move on from this decision, and it is because of this decision that Sanju's earned a fine. And that is not in good taste. But looking ahead, Raja's point on it's not Pant versus Samson. Certainly, it is not. But then that's the modern day critic, the modern day social media where you like to hype up. To for example, we've seen the chatter over the batters at the top. Who's going to be number one? Who's going to be number two? You can play all these games, on your phone. You can play all these social media games and on WhatsApp groups. But finally, when the team is picked by the skipper and coach Rahul Dravid, in the US, I mean, not West Indies first. We will decide who's going to be playing. But I think apart from what we have discussed on this particular aspect of wicket keeping, Sanju Samson and Pant, I think one man who has thoroughly impressed me is Kuldeep Yadav. That particular over, the way he changed the complexion of the game, and of course you can say easily that Mukesh came to clean up the tail. It's a big win, To be honest, Delhi Capitals has got nothing to lose in IPL 2024. But to win a match in this Delhi heat, it's a very, very dry heat. It's not easy to be playing here. It's not like Mumbai, it's not like Chennai, it's not like Calcutta where there's humidity. And let's not forget there's no question of dew in this weather here. So they have adapted to the conditions, which to me is a very positive sign for Delhi Capitals.
Thank you, Karan. Before we wrap up the show, I would like to know everyone's top 4 picks. So, Bharat, your top 4 picks who are going to make the playoffs this edition?
Yeah, I guess I said it in March itself. I don't know whether it will be right or not now. Before the tournament, one day before the tournament, I had written on Twitter it would be SRH, it would be KKR, it would be RR, and Chennai Super Kings. I don't know whether it will be right.
Chennai Super Kings in there. All right, interesting.
Before I said on March 21st. So,
okay.
Let's see.
Raja, what about you?
Oh, it's very clear that KKR and Rajasthan Royals will take the top 2 slot, and the fight is on. I think Chennai Super Kings will struggle a little bit because it is going to miss some of its overseas stars who've gone back home. Their bowling will definitely take a beating, even though Tushar Deshpande has been truly superb this season. I think he's done a fabulous job for the side. But despite that, I think Chennai might just miss out. You will see Sunrisers Hyderabad take the 3rd spot, as far as I can predict, and the 4th slot is open for speculation. I think it will be Lucknow Super Giants who will get in there. Delhi Capitals has played 1 game more with 12 points. It is tied with Chennai Super Kings, Sunrisers Hyderabad, and Lucknow Super Giants, but they played 1 match more. If they win both the remaining games, they might still be in with a chance. I would love to see Hyderabad and Delhi in that playoff. But I can see it is going to be Lucknow Super Giants and Sunrisers Hyderabad joining Rajasthan Royals and KKR at the top.
All right, thank you. Karan?
My wish list, since so much has gone into the points and number of matches been analyzed, my wish list is KKR, Rajasthan Royals, Chennai Super Kings for obvious reasons. They're going to miss the English players for sure. And of course, Sunrisers Hyderabad. But I think Lucknow Super Giants, you cannot write them off. They're going to be fighting really hard. So this is what we want to see, as we approach the business end of the IPL, that it's not clear cut, the matches remaining become redundant. So you're looking at that magic figure of getting to, 16 points. So we'll see a fight which is going to be on in this heat. And that heat is going to add to the excitement, literally in terms of atmospheric pressure, as well as in a cricketing sense.
Thank you, Karan.
I think by default, Chennai Super Kings have found a decent bowler in Simarjit Singh. I don't know how he will do across conditions, but in their previous outing at Dharamsala with a little more bounce, he really bowled well. I think he was hitting the pitch hard and bowling with good pace. So hopefully, from their perspective, he will do well. the rest of the matches.
Hopefully. Thank you, everyone who joined. The IPL is definitely heating up. The top 4 spots can belong to anybody. So stay tuned to the IPL, stay tuned to RevSportz, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. There's a show at 11 a.m. as well. Don't forget to join on to that as well. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Thank you very much.